Well, I found you when I was looking in online and seeing all the different types of funded accounts, because the one the individuals told me about was, Top Step Trader. And I was like, was there any other ones? Because I like to compare. And so I talked to one of my friends and said, well, I heard of some others, but I'm not for sure. Top Step Trading was the only one that they knew about. And so I started looking myself, and I saw OneUp Trader as one of them, and I started comparing all the other different ones. And I told them, I said, OneUp Trader sounds a whole lot better. And then by looking at the reviews of people, the compliments that people were saying about OneUp Trader, I was like, I'll go with OneUp Trader. You go with Top Step. One is the dashboard. I like the dashboard because the dashboard be able to give me an idea of how I traded and how many days that I have left to trade, in order for as we gear towards funding. So that's one of the main things that I, like. My favorite part that I like is that dashboard because it's very detailed. They got a lot of other information in it because I like studying, charts and, graphs, so I like the dashboard. But one of the other things that I like that you can be able to use, like 6 contracts, for the 50,000K, you can be able to use those 6 contracts at one time or at any given time when you are trading. So I love that. I love that because on some of the good trades and you're behind, you may want to add, don't always do all 6, but you may want to add 3 or 4, to boost up when that's a good trade. So, yeah. Well, based on me, studying technical analysis and me finding the trades that I like. And so when I see them, I execute them. So a lot of that is by hunch because you still have to look at the flow of the market. Even if you do have a special trade, depends on how the market is going. You still got to see, is it the right time to get in? Is it the right time to exit? So I go by chance, so I don't do the automatic piece. Like I have friends that trade and they're like my role models because we in this group and everybody, they're really excited and their knowledge and their wisdom, and especially as relates to the whole technical analysis component, they're really good. And so I'm always inspired by them because we encourage each other a lot and they know a whole lot more than I do. And so it's really, really, so they're my inspiration. Well, when I was doing the demo, I would just trade all day, all night. Did not care about the price point. I would just enter trades. Sometimes I'll even though when I'm losing, because you still have a large, it's a demo. So even when I was losing, I would just let it lose, and I'm like, oh, it's gonna go the other direction, and I'll make profit, and maybe take about an hour or two, but it'll happen. But and sometimes I'll put like, quite a bit of, contracts on it, even when I know I'm losing and I see all that money going. But when you start to dealing with the evaluation, you have to be more specific and you really have to monitor your risk. And so with that, it let me know that let me just try to look for, especially during the daytime market hours, let me just look for several trades, at least take anywhere between 1 to 3 trades a day, and be able to also monitor my profit loss. And so I usually keep a note, exactly how much I won, how much I've lost every day. So even though you have that on the dashboard and also in Rhythmic, you can see that. I keep my own personal notes because I'm really trying to hit a certain particular target. And a lot of times that I'm making sure that I want to make a certain amount every day in order to pass the evaluation. And if I do not make that, I try to monitor how to make that up. So I'm very careful. And then also learning how to not put multiple contracts on, just utilize one contract, especially towards the evaluation, because you got a minimum of 15 days to do it. So try to structure it and balance it out and maintain that consistency. I do a lot of studying because, part of it is that you want to make sure that you understand the market, how the market moves. So you kind of want to, that's what the demo and so forth are there for. So you can kind of get a feel, because it's a lot to learn. Technical analysis is a lot. And so you really want to be able to find ways of how to feel comfortable of your style of trading, what instruments there is, what platform you're going to use. You want to be very comfortable with that. And when you start also just studying the flow of the market daily and different trends and information, the economic release of information that's happening, with the market, the news, you start getting into that habit, and you got to put all that together, and things change daily, so just being very comfortable. So I study a lot, like with many situations, you want to study things prior to, as well as going through the process. So you can continue to feel comfortable with your style. And because sometimes even with different strategies based on the flow of the market, you may have to change up on the strategy because something else works better now during this quarter compared to it did last quarter. So, you just gotta monitor things. The rules help me to manage risk because it let me know exactly what specifically I needed to do in order to be able to pass the evaluation. It was very clear. And so with that, because prior to, I would just click trades and just let it, looking at playing on the demo and not really being focused, and then just trying to make profit. And because on the demo, you have such a wide spread to be able to lose, and you don't have to really take as much risk. There's no accountability for yourself to take risks. But with the demo, with the evaluation process, it helped me to be a lot more focused. It helped me to be able to manage my risk a lot better. It helped me to know exactly how many positions do I want, or contract sizes do I want to take. It also allowed me to know exactly, when I look at the dashboard, how much I made on this day and how many more days that I have left. And so I start to calculate, because if I know I have a minimum of 15 days, I kind of have an idea of what's the average amount that I want to make every day in order to build up towards that 15 days. So it was really good. So that's why I like the rules, because it keeps me a lot focused and be able to manage things out compared to from before, which I didn't. It was a very smooth process. As soon as you get your username and password, I just download Rhythmic, follow the instructions. And when I logged in, it was very detailed when you get the email of how to connect, and on what to do. And you just do it exactly step by step. And once I did that, it just popped on real quick. The process is just really easy. It's really easy. It takes literally less than a minute to do. You can always call and get your answers taken care of immediately. And if for some reason y'all are in a meeting, I always got a phone call back, even when I didn't leave a voice message. Somebody, I got a phone call back, saying that you called, it was in the meeting, or, sorry, couldn't take your call because doing something else. It was immediately. And so it was always good. So it's the best support. It gives you that flexibility, and it gives you that independency to be able to know what you're doing, because you're an independent trader as it is. And so it gives you that opportunity. So yeah, it makes much sense. So I'm grateful that they let me be and do what I need to do. I have two monitors. One monitor has my charts on there, and the other monitor have a Ninja Trader, so I can make the trade. So I don't have them together, I have them separate so I can see them clearly. So yes, that's my setup. Oh, it was really good. Filled out the survey, and once they sent me the survey, which after I passed the evaluation, it was about 2 days, and they sent me the survey to fill out. And once I filled out the survey, within that same day, they sent me the contract. I filled out the contract, and within 2 to 3 days afterwards, I was officially funded with them. So, and all you have to do once you do the contract, you just sign, put your information in, and then you send them, a copy of your photo ID. It was that was simple. That was really simple to do. Very clear and precise. The funded is exactly the same thing as the evaluation. It was identical. So it was the same. There was nothing hidden. Nothing hidden at all. No extra pressure, no extra calls, no extra nothing. You was very independent. You do what you need to do, just like you did on the evaluation. I like about OneUp Trader that the first 100% of the money that you make, up to $8,000, is yours. I like that. Y'all are the ones that have the largest number. So that's one of the, a good piece as relates from a profit standpoint. So that's really good and very motivating and encouraging to continue to deal with OneUp Trader. The other part that I like, that when if you're at a loss and you're realizing that you're about to hit your limit, I like the cutoff. And so you can't trade until the next day when you reach your daily limit. So I think that is really good. So y'all do a really great job in terms of having the best formula for people to be able to be focused and be disciplined and be patient and engage in consistency to really produce. It's very motivating. I think OneUp Trader, it is the best. It is the best. I like it. I like it. Some of the other platforms do not always have a person to be able to talk to. You have to email or text. I mean, they have a little chat box on their site. And so that's the other way you're able to correspond. And I don't think that that's always the best route. So OneUp Trader, in terms of that human-to-human contact, it is the best. But yeah, I would say, be disciplined. Discipline yourself. Take specific trades. Go at a nice, good pace. So be very consistent in your strategy. And even if you're losing, if you feel you had a loss, don't get anxious to start doing other trades that is not part of your own to try to make that money up, because a lot of the times you end up continuing to further lose money. So I would say really discipline yourself and really stay focused and be very patient and follow your strategy. It is very tempting when you can think that you are anticipating how the market is going to go, and it is not based on your original strategy, and you decide to add on a strategy that you have not really fully evaluated and understand, because things can happen, and may not be for the best for you. So really stick to your strategy, stay focused, be patient, and discipline yourself to do exactly what your game plan is for you to do.